more. The peer-nominated award created in memory of Rogers City Council member Jim Sinclair aims to celebrate someone who tirelessly promoted local government. Elected officials. Many of her council peers gave praise for her work leading up to the award, but Mayor Moore says she couldn't have won it without support from them or the city.
It is an honor to receive it because it is not Brenda's award, it's the city's award. I do what I do for the city because I do love my city, and I can't do it without the other 8 people that I sit up front with.
Since being elected to city council in 2013, Moore has been deeply involved with the MML through conferences and training before being elected vice president to the board of trustees and making history in 2020 as the first African-American woman to serve as the board's president. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
WSGW 7.
I'm Elder Law Attorney Carol Thomas. Our Saginaw seminars are coming up, and they're going to be on Wednesday, March 24th, at the Horizons Conference Center. I have seminars at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, and they always fill to capacity. These have been very difficult times for everyone, but I'm finding that more than ever, people want to come to my seminars. So unfortunately, we have to have less attendance because we honor social distancing. But the people that have come to my seminars since this all began are very grateful to hear the information. If you don't know what you don't know, there's a chance you could lose everything if you or a loved one need nursing home care. At the seminar, we talk about how it all fits together. If you've ever wondered about, should I go to one of Carol's seminars, I would say I highly recommend it. I have sessions at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. They're in Saginaw at the Horizons Conference Center. The seminars that we've had since this began have filled up to capacity, so if you are interested, please call my office at 793-2300.
WSGW News Time now 9:08. New figures showing a 20% jump in pedestrian deaths per mile driven in the first half of 2020. Jeff Gilbert reports.
The trend occurring nationwide and here in Michigan, where there were 3 more pedestrian deaths than during the same time, even as miles driven fell significantly. But people were also driving faster.
We have a speeding pandemic in this country as well as a COVID pandemic. When drivers' speed go up and they hit a pedestrian, that pedestrian is just not going to survive.
Governor's Highway Safety Association Director Jonathan Adkins also saying visibility is an issue as most pedestrian deaths occur at night.
A church in the Upper Peninsula could become the home of a court and sheriff's office. Houghton County officials last week toured First Apostolic Lutheran Church. It's a contemporary one-story building that's for sale in Houghton. The Daily Mining Gazette be converted into a district court, sheriff's offices, and other county offices. There's enough land behind the church to build a jail. Any deal for the church and land would need voter approval. Jail addition was narrowly defeated in 2018. In an effort to diminish hate speech and misinformation, Facebook is warning users about the groups they may want to join. Moving forward, if a group has broken content rules, the social media giant will let you know about it. Here's CNET's Ian Scher.
That said, one of the things that these provocateurs and these politicians not ignore is that Facebook is also the largest social network in the world. Half the world's online population is using it every month. So they have to keep using it even despite all of these rules, which is why you see this tension constantly. I'm really curious to see where it ends up.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 9:10. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy for today. Highs top out near 69 degrees. Winds south-southeasterly 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight it remains mostly cloudy. Chance for showers developing. Lows drop to 50. Winds southeast around 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, partial sunshine is possible at times. Shower chances continue. Winds will be breezy and highs make it into the upper 60s. Winds south-southeast 10 to 20. Higher gusts possible. And then Wednesday night, partial and lows fall back to 47. This is meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now it's 49.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for a Tuesday morning. Back in our home studio again after a remote yesterday. And we are delighted to be with you on this Tuesday morning. Later on, we'll have open phones and we'll talk about the SBRC Marketplace on Focus this morning. But we're going to start out finding out what's happening in the world of business in our area, in Saginaw in particular, because with us this morning, we say good morning to the president of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. We say good morning to Veronica Horn. Morning, V. How are you?
Well, good morning, Rick. I am very well. Good morning. Good morning to your listeners. I'm very well. Had my first COVID shot, and I'm back on Friday for the second one. So
hey, good deal. Good. Yep, I had my both, and I didn't have any reactions. You talk to some people, and there's reactions all over the place. Others, like me, absolutely nothing. So
yeah, mine was like 48 hours later, and I was fine when I went to bed. And I'm not sure if that wasn't psychological.
Yeah,
but I've done very well, and I hope that doesn't deter any listener from getting vaccinated. We need to do this.
I hope everybody does. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, here we are a year later, though. Obviously, COVID-19 has taken a toll on business. Beginning to see any recovery?
A little in certain sectors, but by and large, I mean, one of the coalitions that we've been involved with is Reopen Michigan Safely, with our focus being on offices. Right now, the administration has a rule in place. And people don't understand it. So when she closed everything down, it was, if you have the ability to work from home, you must work it from home. And in fact, it says the rule enforced by MIOSHA, Michigan Occupational Safe and Health Administration, says the employer shall create a policy prohibiting in-person work for employees to the extent that their work activities can feasibly be completed remotely. That is due to expire on April 14th. And so our efforts are to get clarification on this, because we're being told, well, no, it's not exactly that. If you want to go to work, you can go to work. But the rule is different. And as we've seen recently, people tend to interpret that and they end up in jail with their restaurant shuttered. Mm-hmm. So we, from the office perspective for our members and for all business in Michigan.
What, in your opinion, Veronica, is going to be the return to work for a lot of people working at home? We hear of companies abandoning their office space. Do you perceive a lot of people remaining at home?
I think it's going to depend on the company, Art. There are some companies that can function very well, service industry, that can function very well from home. And their companies some of them have been given notice that they'll be at home permanently. Some larger companies are looking at their infrastructure needs. And if they can set it up in that fashion, that's fine. Businesses that really can't. I mean, innovation and creativity, as I said at our press conference, is really difficult to do around a kitchen table on a Zoom call. They need to be face-to-face. The Chamber of Commerce, we need to be face-to-face. I mean, in order to deliver the best services to our members. And so our big push is that this should not be a government edict. If people are getting vaccinated, there's a certain point where we will have herd immunity. We can safely come back to work, and it should be up to the decision of the business owner and their employees working together to be able to come back and work in person with safety protocols in place. The protocols are out there, but we're not allowed to use them. It was kind of like at the beginning of the shutdown, we got a lot of information on how to make your workplace safe. And so many of our member companies spent thousands of dollars to get plexiglass, to get, separation, to get space. For example, the company Space, they have a product that will not just like kill the virus, but and that you only have to do it once and you're safe. So a lot of our companies have spent thousands and thousands of dollars to make it safe, only to be told go home.
Yeah.
We think that should be a decision made by the private sector. Some companies aren't going to risk the liability. They either can't provide that personal safety for their customers or their employees, or they have gone this model of the larger company, of having people continue to work remotely.
What's your sense of the hospitality industry?
It's decimated, Art. Now, I live in Frankenmuth. We're starting to see people come back. Thankfully, our restaurants are at 50% capacity, and we are getting people coming back. I see them walking in the streets. People are respectful. They're wearing masks. They're staying socially distanced. I would like to see it raised, frankly, because, I think you and I talked about this on our show. Our restaurants are they're breaking even.
If that.
Yeah. And more people get out, the more people are going to get out. Health, it's healthy for their mental health. It's just, Michigan needs it. We are heavily based on the hospitality industry, and we are one of the highest losses in the nation.
I guess the thing that really irks me a little bit about it is she keeps referring to the science and data, but never produces the science and data.
We've not seen any good science and data.
And particularly when it comes to restaurants, and I'd like to know, what are the numbers? What did you use to base on closing restaurants? What is their responsibility?
Well, yeah.
It really bothers me that
time,
we're not seeing transparency in a lot of this.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Art. And, we've been in our homes. We have been in masks. We have not been with each other, and then you'll see a spike. And so therefore, and they blame an industry that's been totally shut down, saying, well, we can't do this because we've had it does not make sense.
Not at all.
Killing business.
Any estimate of how many restaurants we've lost in Saginaw?
What did I hear? I don't know specifically in Saginaw, but it was it's over 3,000 statewide that will never open their doors again.
Wow. That's a big number.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I got to take a break here, and then we'll be back with talking to Veronica Horn, the president of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. And it's time now to play the WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. The word this hour is shirt. As you've seen the signs, no shirt, no service. It's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day. Must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Spring into cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. And while I have your attention for a moment, let's talk about trucks. Pickup trucks in particular. We're all in love with them. If you don't believe it, just go look at any street, any highway, and watch the number of pickup trucks that go by. Go into any dealer's showroom or lot. Count the number of pickups on the lot. And I'm driving one this month that I really do like. It's a Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 from my friends at Thalen Ram Truck on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City. Ram trucks are engineered to bring you confidence in the most demanding road conditions with no compromises in capability, technology, and luxury. It's a comfortable vehicle to drive. We don't think of pickups as luxurious, but this is a very, very comfortable truck. With a host of best-in-class features and class exclusives, there's a Ram truck tailored for your needs. why not stop in to Thalen Ram Truck on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City, look over their extensive inventory, find the Ram truck that's perfect for you, then take it for a test drive, sit down with a Ram representative, and find out about incentives on buying or leasing a Ram truck. But do it now. And remember this, Thalen looks for the lowest prices on their new and used vehicles. They search the web for it. That's the price they pass on to you because it's the right thing to do. To find out more, go online to thinkthalen.com. And we'll be back with Veronica Horn after these notes.
Planning for retirement can get really complicated if you're not getting the right guidance and advice.
If you don't sit down and you don't figure out how your retirement income is going to come, you are just rolling the dice. Don't roll the dice. Sit down and take some action. Don't take that chance because this is the second half of your life. You've worked all these years. Now you want to enjoy all these years. So sit down, take the action.
Like that, tune in to Simply Financial with Kevin Ray. Saturday mornings at 10 on News Radio WSGW.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner. With COVID continuing to spread, nothing matters more than having an accurate thermometer that's backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies, like the Exergen temporal scanner. Even after getting the COVID vaccine, you should be monitoring for fever to make sure you are protected. Keep your family and yourself safe by trading up your non-contact thermometer for an accurate temporal scanner and a $5 rebate from Exergen, where accuracy matters. Details at Exergen.com.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. For radio ads with repetition, so to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen update Congress today on the government's efforts to limit economic damage from the pandemic. Volvo shares are skidding after the Swedish truck maker warned the global chip shortage will have a substantial impact. Current quarter. It will be interrupting production across its global truck manufacturing operations. Though there's no prediction of when the shortage will ease, it is expected to be temporary. General Mills is selling its majority investment in Yoplait SAS, the yogurt company's European unit, to Sodial, a French dairy business. GameStop releases its first quarterly earnings today since traders connecting on Reddit ran up the stock price. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
Businesses establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies. Inspect your fire protection systems and devices. Hygienically launder your uniforms. And keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Northeastern Paint Supply invites you to listen to the WSGW Focus Show with Art Lewis. Weekday mornings from 11 to 11:30. You'll hear local business and community leaders. Sponsored by Northeastern Paint Home Decorating Centers in Saginaw and Bay City.
Grab by scope to Goodwin run. Relay to first. Game-ending double play.
The countdown is on. 9 days until opening day. WSGW is your station for the Tigers.
And we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, talking to Veronica Horn, president of Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce, about the business climate. So, Veronica, what's going on at the chamber in terms of any events, seminars? How are you working it all?
Right now, we're doing most of our events as webinars or Zoom. However, in May, we are going to have our community awards luncheon. And we have,
Really?
actually rented. We're going to do that in person, and we have rented the entire Horizon, so conference center. So we will have people socially distanced, and we expect to do an in-person event. We already have a good number of people registered for that event. We've got some great award recipients that are all willing to come in person, including Dorothy Zender and Yoko Mosner, Evelyn McGovern, some big names that we're awarding, Lehman's Green Apple Barn, and Jeff McNally. So great award recipients, and they are all eager and willing to come in person because we will have safety protocols in place. We're going to have a plated lunch. We're taking, we and Horizons and all of our large members, Apple Mountain, Bavarian Inn Lodge, Zenders, Bavarian Inn, Valley Plaza, they all have their safety protocols in place to do these events. And so we're anxious. If not the chamber, then who should be out there first, showing that we can do this safely and getting people back face to face.
Yeah, well, put my name down for a reservation.
Certainly will. Do that right now.
What's the date and time?
It is May 14th, and it's 11:30 until 1:30.
All
and
right.
so a lot of it will be, it's going to be just like our other community awards luncheons in that we videotape, we do a lot of production in that.
Right.
And so there won't be a lot of movement of people back and forth, but we did that previously. So we are taking the extra precaution, as I said, a plated lunch, and people will be socially distanced. The Horizons will be at half capacity, so we will have to shut off reservations at a certain number. But we know that we can do this safely, and that it just kind of plays to our point that these should be individual, decisions made with safety protocols in place. Government tends to do a one-size-fits-all for everything, and we are all society.
Yeah. Let me ask again. The date was when?
May 14th.
Oh, 14th. Yeah,
that,
14th.
Yeah?
That's why I was looking, because I thought it was 15, and that was a Saturday. I go, that's not right.
No, it is Friday. It is Friday.
And this is really an important function of the chamber, recognizing people that have made life better around here. I think it's one of those things that. I didn't understand that. Oh, be quiet, phone. It really is a joy to come to that luncheon and see all the people that have been honored over the years and have really contributed to bettering life in the Great Lakes Bay region. And it's a little hollow when it's not there.
And there are just some of our premier events like that we just absolutely, it just loses everything to do it remotely. You've got to be face to face. We need to congratulate these recipients. We need to be able to network with one another, especially now after over a year of not seeing one another other than on a Zoom camera. It's just not the same.
No, it's not. I mean, it's better than nothing. And we've all learned how to do it, but it's certainly not like being in person. People ask me, I work at home and have been and probably will be for quite some time. And they ask me what I miss the most. And most of it is facial interaction with the people I interview, being able to see somebody. We are sending. Yep.
Go ahead.
No, finish up. Go ahead.
No, full well. There's that we can sit and have a meeting, but there's nothing like our once a month, what we call, as you know, our Liars Club, where we get together at one of our local restaurants and we just sit around and talk. And it's people that are, in our sake, in our circumstances, people talking about government affairs and kind of what can we do together. And businesses like Saginaw Valley State University, consumers, AT&T. I mean, there are a whole group of us, Corteva, Dow, and we're talking together and how we can get things done in a relaxed format. We get more done doing that than we do in probably 6 Zoom meetings.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we're starting now. I'm on video right now. People can watch me sitting at home. And pretty soon we're going to invite guests like yourself. We'll send you an invite, and I'll be able to look at you, and the audience will be able to look at you as we speak to each other. That's an improvement, but it's not the same thing.
It is.
You know,
it is. Yeah, it's not. It's not. But anything is an improvement. So we're just, we're really advocating to eliminate the heavy-handed rules. It's hitting small business. Now consider this: early on when we were all sent home from our offices, I said, this is going to be an interesting tax year because come March and April, well, now it's, pushed off until May before you have to file your individual returns. But I said, people are going to say, wait a minute, why am I paying city income tax to X, the city of Saginaw, the city of Bay City? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so the hit on some of these municipalities is tremendous. We're sending tax letters out for our employees right now, today, to the city of Saginaw saying, this is the last day that employee was at work. We were remote for the rest of the year. I'm not going to be paying those city income taxes, and that hurts the services, particularly in Saginaw with the tax caps in place.
Has there been any response from the city, for example? Are they claiming that because the company is in the city, those employees still have to pay taxes, or has there been any ruling?
No, so far they're not. The letter just simply says, please report the amount of hours that you worked in the city and then remotely.
Okay.
And so we're responding in that way.
It's the unintended consequence. All these things have unintended consequences.
And it isn't just government that's losing.
Sure.
It's all lunch or go to have a cup of coffee.
Right.
Or go to have a glass of wine after work. They're not. And so they're losing all of that revenue.
Well, I mean, case in point, when the restaurants were closed, I mean, my wife and I have been home pretty much for a year, but we go out to restaurants. As soon as they opened, as soon as the local restaurants opened, we went out to support them. And we'll go out maybe once, maybe twice a week, but we want to support local restaurants because they have taken it on the chin, big time.
They continue to, and they continue.
Yeah, even at 50%, they're not making it.
No.
And then couple that with the problem of finding staff.
Yeah. Hiring is a huge problem right now. It was funny. There was somebody that posted on Facebook complaining that she had something wrong with her vehicle. And so she's complaining about the vehicle and took it in for service and said, this is ridiculous. And this is a very ardent, everybody needs to stay home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is ridiculous. It's taking 2 months to get the part. And I said, did you consider that's because everything is shut down? They can't find people to work.
Yep.
Therefore, it's taking you 2 months to get your part and get your vehicle fixed. I mean, this is how our economy works. And right now it's not working. So we just need to get people vaccinated, get your vaccination, and come back to work safely. And that's what we're advocating for with our coalition.
So as Ken, her husband, by the way, is Ken Horn, Senator Horn. Has Ken noticed any improvement on relationships with the governor? Is she trying to work with the legislature at all? Silence answers the question.
Not as much as they would like. And I mean, in full transparency, the governor has talked to Ken. Ken has worked with her on some legislation. They're willing to do that, but it really has been more baby steps.
Yeah.
And in response to a lot of it, like, our request to let the employer and employee decide if they can provide, we're not saying just let us decide. We'll have safety protocols. We respect that. But in response, what we get from the governor is, I have I put a work group in place. Well, really?
Yeah.
A work group, first of all, the work group that was put in place is heavily represented by government and labor unions, and there, I believe, were 2 large corporations on that work committee. There was not one small business represented. It was not geographically represented. And, and different areas of the state have different needs.
No chamber representation either. Huh?
No, none. And so, no. And so all a work group does is it extends it out another 2 months or whatever when they say we're working feverishly. We knew this in the summer of last year. It was not going to be a 2-week, let's flatten the curve. Why are we now, when the business organizations are now saying we need to reopen? Oh, okay, well, I'll form a work group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It should have been done a while ago.
All right, hang on a minute. I got to take a break here, Veronica, and then we will be back. When you choose Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan for your Medicare coverage, it's easy to get the care, tests, or treatment you need whenever you need them. When you need access to care, Blue Cross provides you with more options that work for every lifestyle. Schedule appointments for checkups or routine care at a time that's convenient for you. If you'd like to stay close to home, give the Blue Cross 24/7 nurse line a call or schedule a virtual doctor visit. Whenever you need assistance, Blue Cross will connect you with the information and the help you need. With a Blue Cross Medicare plan, you'll never have to go without your medications. They're easy to use. Prescription drug plans allow you to refill and pick up your medications from your local pharmacy or have them delivered by mail. Get access to the care you need as soon as you need it with Blue Cross, the company that more than 500,000 people in Michigan trust for their Medicare coverage. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. See what other members are saying at bcbsm.com/senior care. We'll be back with Veronica Horn after these notes.
We've all experienced it at one time or another. You know, one of those days, weeks, or months where life happens.
You mean like being unexpectedly laid off and trying to figure out how to make ends meet until I find another job?
Yes.
You mean like my emergency fund getting drained due to car repairs?
Exactly. When you need somewhere to turn to us. We're Members First. Help you with a Life Happens loan. We're offering super low rates and a variety of terms. Get some peace of mind and money to use for all sorts of things. Emergency home repairs, everyday essentials, bills, utilities, and more.
That would be a life changer for me right now. Thanks.
I was worried about getting my roof leak fixed. Wow, that's huge.
Get started and apply now at mfcu.net. Members First Credit Union. When life happens, it's important to have somewhere to turn. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. Subject to credit approval. Get up to 0.5 percentage point APR off your loan rate based on your relationship with the credit union.
You put your mower through a lot. All that back and forth and all those acres can add up to thousands of miles. Gravely commercial mowers are built for all-day performance, helping you get the job done season after season. And right now you can get up to 18% off suggested list prices on Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event. Head to your local independent Gravely dealer or 5818 State Street in Saginaw, where customer service still exists. But hurry, sale ends March 27th. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
It's time for planting season. And at Nutrien Ag Solutions, we're ready, leading the field with the largest selection of top-performing corn and soybean seed brands. Get the most out of your acres by partnering with our local crop consultants who can provide custom recommendations and services for your specific field conditions. Choose from top-performing seed brands by visiting nutrienagsolutions.com or your local retail location today.
As the world begins to open up again, don't forget to support your local partners. Together we can help make our community strong and help restaurants like
Mode's Tavern in Bay City. They have indoor and outdoor dining available, live music Friday nights and all day Saturday. Their food menu is unique in the Tri-Cities with a cocktail for everyone and service second to none. So whether you're on, you won't be disappointed. What mode are you in?
Big E's Sports Grill in Midland. They have over 30 beers on tap, an awesome half-pound Angus burger, 1-pound wet burrito, and of course, their famous nachos. Big E's, bar raisers, and grill seekers.
Stop into Village Inn in Linwood for delicious food and cold beer. You can find us close to the marina and campground on the way to the casinos. We are now offering breakfast. Order online and check out our current hours at villageinlinwood.com or on our Facebook page.
enjoy great food and friends while supporting our communities as we all grow together.
This is the Stone Specialist Studio. 0.5 News Radio WSGW 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we're back with you, talking to Veronica Horn, president of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. Veronica, chambers are membership driven. How's the membership doing with COVID-19?
Really, we're doing okay. I mean, our members we have some of the highest retention rates in the nation. We're very proud of that. And that tells us that not just that we're doing a good job, but that our members, the Saginaw County community and this Great Lakes Bay region we support one another. Could we be doing better? Yeah, there are a number of members that cannot renew this year simply because they don't have the funds. I mean, and as you know, in your business, a lot of small businesses, when they start cutting costs and cutting it down to the bone, the first biggest mistake they make is they quit joining a chamber and they don't advertise.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're kind of a victim of that right now. We're working with all of our members. We totally understand where they are. And it's one of the reasons that we advocate the way we do is to try and help and support our small business members. But could it be better? Of course it could be. But by and large, we're staying afloat.
All right. So let me ask you to look into the Veronica Horn crystal ball. A year down the road, what do you hope for? And then alternately, what do you expect life to be like?
Well, what I hope for is to have a voice in some of the stimulus money, whether I agreed with this huge package or not. Money coming to the cities, to the counties. We want to, and we are feverishly working together to try and get good investments of that money. We do have a voice with the city and the county. We're all working together to come up with and we're working with one another. I'm working with Brian Tarrant at the Bay Chamber to see what are the cooperative things that we could do to ask for in this stimulus bill. And then there's an infrastructure package coming.
$3 trillion.
Oh my goodness. And goodness knows though, we do in the Great Lakes Bay region have some big broadband. I'd love to get that Saginaw River deep, and we've talked about that.
Oh, time and time again.
And we're trying to improve some infrastructure in the city of Saginaw. So we're looking at all of those things. So in a year, what I hope is that people get vaccinated, they start to feel comfortable working together. And in a year, as long as we don't raise taxes on corporations and business, I think the economy was ready to take off. And so much of this is going to be dependent on national.
Well, I'm not holding out hope on part of what you just said, because this $3 trillion package for infrastructure, schools, and families, they plan on increasing taxes on the rich and corporations. Somehow they don't understand that when they raise taxes on corporations, they raise taxes on us. But that seems to escape their wisdom, and I've never understood that. Well, look, kid, go ahead.
No, there are just some policy decisions that, from our vantage point, we see Line 5 go. We'd like to see the Keystone Pipeline built. Instead of trucking propane. Are you kidding? The environmental impact on that, the cost of propane, which is already high. We're forgetting that the Upper Peninsula is actually part of Michigan, but we're willing to cut them off of things that we don't fundamentally agree with.
The Line 5, she wants it shut down in May. I think the courts are going to have something to say about it by then. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but if it does, it's going to create a lot of havoc and hold on to your pocketbook.
It certainly will. And, services to people that can afford it the least, because propane is typically goes out to rural areas where they don't have access to other services. And so those prices are already high.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, because one of the other hats I wear in my off time is taking emergency calls through my church. And by and large, I get calls asking for help on propane bills.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So,
well, listen, I appreciate your time this morning, as always. I can't wait for the Liars Club to get back together again.
Me too, and I'm so happy to see new owners at the Bringer Inn where we go. So,
yep, there you go.
The food is so fantastic. They're still great chamber members, and we wish nothing but the best for the Legalo family. But we will be back together, Art.
All right, we'll look forward to it, Veronica. Say hi to Ken for me.
Okay, I will. Thank you, dear listeners.
Take care. Bye now.
Okay, bye.
Veronica Horn, president of Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. For the remainder of this hour and all of next, we'll have open phones. We'll talk a little bit about this $3 trillion infrastructure package, the good and bad, because for years I've said that we need an infrastructure package. Just some of the things in this, though, go way beyond infrastructure at $3 trillion. Put that on top of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that just passed. That's $4.9 trillion voted on or proposed in the first 2 months of the Biden administration. And the debt is already out of sight. But we'll talk more about that when we return here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
Drive home a winner at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Every Saturday in March, it's RV There Yet, and your chance to win a $30,000 voucher for a new RV. Each week from 5 to 9 p.m., you can win up to $1,000 cash. Then on Saturday, March 27th, one lucky player can get behind the wheel of a new RV. RV There Yet, every Saturday in March. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Let your fun out. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination, a COVID-19 vaccine. Decades ago, with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there, with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine. And hundreds of thousands in Michigan have already been vaccinated. But the next step is ours. We need to get the vaccine when we can. Keep wearing masks correctly and taking precautions until we reach our destination, freedom from COVID-19 and getting back. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, break time? I know you. I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself. I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well. What about screening for colon cancer? Not yet. Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages. Tell me more. Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers. 92%? Early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com. I'm on it. Excellent.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7 here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app. Discover and enjoy your favorite music, news, and talk radio from live stations across the country. Listen anywhere on all mobile and home devices with the radio.com app.
On the next Barkley Van Camp and Robbins show, you know it's National Agriculture Day. What do you call a sleeping bull?
What do you call a sleeping bull?
Bulldozer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barkley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about the infrastructure proposal working its way around Washington from the Biden administration. There are a couple of things that strike me, and not in a positive way. The president, in his inaugural address, talked about unity, bipartisanship, and all of those things. And they want to put forth a bipartisan infrastructure package. So in order to get that bipartisan infrastructure package for Biden's Build Back Better campaign promise, what do we do to begin unity and to begin bipartisanship? The president talks to Senate Democrats about the proposal. No Republicans, all Democrats. Now, I will give credit to Nancy Pelosi, which is rare in my world. She has instructed her Republican committee chairs in the House to work with their Republican colleagues to try and come up with a bipartisan plan. But at the same time, Richard Blumenthal, the Democrat from Connecticut, ahead of meeting with the president, said, we need to get it done. Basically, Democrats will signal their willingness to go it alone if they're blocked by Republicans, which means reconciliation, the same way they got the stimulus through. So this push for bipartisanship is just so many words. And not only that, when we talk about infrastructure, we talk about roads, bridges, rail, and the like, all of those transportation items. We talk about, piping in the grounds, lead pipes and the like. And that's fine if that's what the bill was. Out of the $3 trillion, only $1 trillion of it goes to those things. The rest go to, let's see here. What are some of the other things that it goes to? Family stuff. Yeah. Paid leave. Schools. If they were going to spend the money on roads, bridges, rail lines, electrical vehicle charging stations, cellular network, $1 trillion, fine. Put that through as an infrastructure bill. Leave all the other stuff out. Take the other stuff on its own merits. But that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. It will have all kinds of pet projects in it that have absolutely nothing to do with infrastructure. And it goes from $1 trillion to $3 trillion. Think of that. An infrastructure package. That's what they're calling it. Infrastructure. Only a third of the money goes to infrastructure. It just baffles me. But it's political speak. I mean, bipartisanship, political speak. Unity, political speak. Then you turn around and you don't do anything unifying. And it just, and listen, this goes both ways. I don't care who's in power. They both play the game. Right now, it's the Democrats. Tomorrow, maybe it'll be the Republicans. Who knows? John is in Saginaw. John, got about a minute and a half. Go ahead.
Good morning, Arthur.
Morning.
I was down in Cleveland 2 weeks ago, and of course, Ohio has all of its restaurants open at 100% of capacity. So it's funny that we don't have that.
Yeah, not funny.
Yes, you're right. And the other thing I would like to say, you're not alone in not liking, let's say, the Beatles' music. If you have a good memory, you remember that came out, the British pound was under attack from currency speculators and was down to parity with the dollar. And so the British government needed something to try to get some sort of import income, and did everything they could do to try to promote the Beatles. And I agree with you. I don't think they were anything special. Really.
Well, but you got to give them credit. I mean, they certainly captured the imagination and hearts and minds of the young people of the day.
Well, their PR department did, that's for sure.
Right, whatever works. I mean, that's the way it is, John. You know. Hey, I gotta go because I'm out of time here, John.
And you know they
quickly.
One of them got shot because there was somebody else who didn't like him.
Well, yeah, we don't want to go there. All right, thanks a lot, John. We got to take our last break this hour, and then we'll be back.
Spring is just around the corner, which means it's the perfect time to finish your interior projects before heading outside to enjoy the weather. This is Mike from Westside Decorating Center. To help with those projects, we've started our spring decorating sale. Stop in today for huge savings on window treatments, flooring, and paint. These products are up to 30% off. Call us today at 793-6182 or stop by our showroom. Everything you need is in Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw Township.
Jim Wilson, we've heard people talk about your volume discount pricing. Just what does that mean? How does it save me money on a new Ford Escape or an F-Series truck?
We try to sell our cars and trucks for as little as possible, not as much as possible.
You're saying volume sales spread your overhead costs and profit over more vehicles?
We'd rather sell 1,000 vehicles at $100 profit than 100 vehicles at $1,000 profit.
So that's why you have acres of new vehicles here.
That's why you'll find a bigger selection of Ford Escapes, Ford trucks, plus a complete line of Ford and Lincoln vehicles.
Is it from other states buy from you because of your inventory?
I can't comment on that. However, like always, we encourage everyone to shop and get the very best price of the Ford or Lincoln of their choice, and then let us show you what real savings are.
Everyone loves to save money, and right now, you can help yourself to thousands of dollars in savings and the best possible selection at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
Trust is the fabric that holds our country together. It's imprinted in our hearts. Americans trust Valor Gold Group for the very same reason. With gold and precious metal IRAs and the personal service customized to your investment needs. Turn precious metals into an easy IRA, and for a limited time, enjoy no setup fees and free coins with qualified purchases. When you invest with Valor Gold Group, call 800-218-6997. That's 800-218-6997. ValorGold.com.
And we will take a break for the news at the top of the hour. Then we'll be back with open phones here on the Art Lewis Show.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.
Rodriguez, people ran for their lives at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado.
There's a shooter, active shooter, get away! Get back!
When the shooting stopped, 10 people were dead, including a first responder. A suspect is in custody. Correspondent Omar Villafranca.
One of the victims was a Boulder police officer, Eric Talley. He had been on the police department for about 10 years. He was killed after showing up to the scene after he got the call of shots fired. We still don't know officially the names of any of the victims, and police are telling us that they are trying to alert all 10 different families before they give that information out.
They have not given out any information yet on who the suspect is or a possible motive. CBS's Catherine Herridge says the incident is focusing attention on gun laws.
Boulder passed bans on assault weapons and large-capacity magazines. But earlier this month, a county judge blocked the city from enforcing the bans. It's unclear whether any of the weapons that fell on in yesterday's shooting.
Federal health officials are calling out AstraZeneca for propping up late-phase trial results of its COVID vaccine with outdated information. CBS's Dr. David Agus says he's concerned.
This is the dominant vaccine in the world, and we just questioned the data around it again.
AstraZeneca is promising to update that data within the next couple of days. Coronavirus cases are increasing in 21 states. Dr. Jay Varma with New York's health department.
We are concerned. One of the reasons we see this, very high plateau or very slow decline here in New York is due to these variants.
Compounding worries, fewer people in low-income communities are being tested for COVID. The White House has released video from immigration centers jammed with unaccompanied kids.
This government footage of 2 facilities in Texas, released by Customs and Border Protection, shows children huddled together inside plastic tent pods, sleeping under foil blankets. Them watching TV and outdoors exercising. There are stockpiles of diapers, snacks, shoes, and clothes, laundry facilities too. Journalists have urged access for the independent press to be able to offer a depiction that isn't dependent on a view through a government lens. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News.
Heads up if you drive a Dodge Ram. Stellantis is recalling 2021 diesel pickups because of heater relays that can overheat and rare cases cause fires, even when the engine's turned off. The company says there have been 3 reports of fires, but no injuries. The Dow is down 46 points in early trading, S&P off 6. This is CBS News.
Indeed believes less is more. Indeed's Instant Match instantly searches its database of millions of resumes, delivering candidates who best fit your job description. More at Indeed.com/credit.
Northeastern Paint Supply invites you to listen to the WSGW Focus Show with Art Lewis. Weekday morning. You'll hear local business and community leaders. Sponsored by Northeastern Paint Home Decorating Centers in Saginaw and Bay City.
It's amazing what we're asked to share online.
Online yoga needs our last 2 years of tax returns.
Hey, if we upload our passports, we get extra bacon at the buffet.
Sweet.
It's not that you try to be unsafe.
So I gave your birth date for free parking.
That's how I got this robe.
But every time you give up info and privacy,
I'm sure the site's fine, Mom. They just need a picture of your driver's license.
you may have to give up a little safety too.
Enter address for free tater tots. It's tot time.
Norton 360 with LifeLock helps keep your digital life safer. With device security, a VPN to keep your Wi-Fi activity private, and identity theft protection, all in one.
Mom, what's your 401k number?
Opt in to cyber safety. Save 25% or more off your first with LifeLock at norton.com/join. That's 25% off at norton.com/join.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Your nose is the body's air filter, the first line of defense against airborne allergens, bacteria, and viruses. You wash your hands to protect your health. Now you can clean your nose with Navage. Online at Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
52 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Ann Williams. A Saginaw County juvenile detention facility may lose its license following a state recommendation. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services has recommended revoking the license of the Wolverine Secure Treatment Center in Buena Vista Township. The facility houses boys and girls ages 12 to 19. A state investigation violations, including physical abuse and safety violations, which it says are grounds for pulling the facility's license. Wolverine plans to appeal that action. In a statement, Wolverine representatives say the center has a long and proven track record of providing safe, essential services and treatment to the children in its care. They say they are confident an agreement can be reached to avoid displacing the young people in the facility. Weight Watchers International has closed several locations in mid-Michigan. The company recently acquired the franchise businesses in Fenton, Bay City, Midland, and Saginaw and closed those locations without warning. According to the company provides support and healthy living tips and programs for people struggling with weight issues. The businesses would provide members a place to meet with others. Meetings will continue virtually for some, but now the only physical location in the area is in Flint. It isn't known if any of the locations will reopen once the pandemic is under control. After years of serving the city of Saginaw, Mayor Brenda Moore has earned the Michigan Municipal League's Jim Sinclair Exceptional Service Award. Rick Antonio has more in this report.
Since being elected to City Council in 2013, Mayor Moore has worked with the MML on promoting and advocating for Saginaw, going on to be Board of Trustees and making history as its first female African-American president. Her colleagues in Saginaw, including City Manager Tim Morales, had praise for her at this week's City Council session. The peer-nominated award celebrates someone who tirelessly promotes local government and continued training for elected officials. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
WSTW News Time is 10:07.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Your bird is eating my candles.
Your bird is eating my candles.
No, seriously, he's making a mess.
No, seriously.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Quote at libertymutual.com.
WSTW News Time coming up on 10:09. There are new calls for a national deadline to end the sale of gasoline-powered vehicles. Jeff Gilbert reports.
California set its own deadline of 2035. The state's two senators not mentioning any deadline in a letter to President Biden, but the meaning is clear. There has to be a specific goal. Carl Brower of CarExpert.com says that's easier said than done.
When we're at 2% market share in the U.S. for EVs, and we say we want to stop all gasoline car sales, it seems maybe a little premature as to how quickly we can get there.
Brower says it's very likely a compromise deadline could be set. It could also be adjusted, he says, based on future technology, marketplace, and political considerations.
That was Jeff Gilbert reporting. 2 felony weapons charges have been issued for a known member of the Wolverine Watchmen. Here's Rob Mason with more.
As a member of the Wolverine Watchmen, 22-year-old Maxwell Wickoff of Clarkston's been charged with 1 count of converting a semi-automatic weapon to an automatic weapon and 1 felony count of possessing a muffler or silencer device. Wickoff attended multiple field training exercises at a location. And the FBI and MSP have held multiple investigations into the activities of the Wolverine Watchmen. They authorized warrants on several households, including that of Wickoff's.
That was Rob Mason reporting. When you see news happening, call the WSTW newsroom, 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see mostly cloudy skies here for today with a high into the lower 70s. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance for some rain showers here late. Mostly cloudy, a low around 50. By Wednesday, a chance for rain showers here late. Partial sunshine develops, high 71 degrees. Then by Thursday, a chance for rain showers here late. Mostly cloudy, high around 58. Friday, a chance for rain showers, cloudy, high 45. Then by Saturday, mostly sunny sky conditions, a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 52.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. To around the world, the Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for a Tuesday morning. Open phones this hour right through 11 o'clock, and our numbers are 752-6111. Toll free inside the state of Michigan, 866-790-WSGW. Outside the state of Michigan, 989-752-6111. Love to chat with you wherever you are about whatever's on your mind this morning. And sometimes the first person in gets us going, sets the tone, sets the topic, and off we go. I just want to finish up on the thing I started last hour about the infrastructure package. Understand that I am a fan of infrastructure. I think we should have done it. As a matter of fact, I have said for many years it was a mistake made by Donald Trump when he was president. The first thing he should have done was an infrastructure package because he would have had bipartisan support for it. But we all know that's not where he went, and he did it a different way. Infrastructure has been talked about on the table for a long time, and nothing happens. I'm glad to see it's on the table. I'm not glad to see how they packaged it. They're packaging it apparently in a $3 trillion package, only $1 trillion of which goes for infrastructure. The others go to schools, family leave. What's that got to do with infrastructure? If family leave is an important topic, it ought to stand on its own and be voted on its own. Why not put forth a clean infrastructure package which everybody can support? Why do politicians have to do this? Why do they have to pad these things with all of their other priorities? And it makes no sense to me because you won't get bipartisan support that way. And the other thing it does, for sure, is take our attention away from the southern border that the White House continues to claim is not a crisis. Call it what you want. It's a crisis. It's all semantics. But I just, on the one hand, I don't understand why they do this. On the other hand, I do know because it's their way of getting what they want when they have the power. He or she who wins has the power. So we just have to keep our eye on the ball and see what happens. Dan is in Saginaw. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, morning, Art. I had a thought in 5 problem that the state's having. My thought is, if they're going to dig a tunnel underneath the straits for Line 5, why not dig it big enough to maybe run rail through there also, maybe a car tunnel down through there. And, they can also run the propane, the natural gas, the oil, in a separate tunnel alongside it, make it big enough to accommodate everything. And
the reason
it also gives the opportunity to, when the bridge is closed due to bad weather, there's an alternate way across.
How much you're willing to pay for it?
Well, the government's got $1 trillion. We can suck some of that out of them, can't we?
No, I doubt it. Not for that. I understand what you're saying, and in great times, that'd be a great idea. I'd love to have a tunnel where you could, go drive right through and not worry about the bridge and have rail. That would be wonderful. But cost-wise, first of all, it's out of sight.
Well, when you get the utilities, the rail involved, through their little bit of budget in there with it, and your gas and oil, you throw their budget in there.
Well, you're throwing a lot of people's budgets in that maybe don't want to throw their budget in.
Well, they want internet up in the UP and they want gas up in the UP. Throw it all in a package deal.
Well, yeah, you still have to have the money. I doubt very much if anybody would come up with the kind of money it would require to do that. It'd be a great idea. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea. It's just practicality is not there right now, not at this time anyway.
Well, yeah, maybe in the future. We'll see.
Maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe in the future, who knows? Absolutely. All right, Dan, I appreciate it. Thanks for calling. You bet, buddy. Take care. Jack is in Hemlock up next. Jack, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. I hope you're doing well today.
I am, and I hope you are too.
Just a comment. I used to try and be polite and refer to the politicians as criminals. Even do that. I just call them liars anymore, and that's not related to a specific party. I just don't understand what motivates the behavior they exhibit. Like spending, what we got to be close to $35 trillion now in debt.
Not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
We're getting, by June we'll be there. I just don't understand the motivation. It's got to be they're taking that money that we're printing and lining somebody's pockets.
Nope, that's not the motivation.
So much money there.
Motivation is getting reelected. And they somehow correlate the fact that money buys votes.
Unbelievable. It's just, I mean, I just keep thinking if I ran my household like that.
Well, of course. Of course you would. You'd be in trouble. But it's not new. It's not exclusive to one side or the other. And the only way we can protect against it is with our vote. Come midterm, if we don't like what this Congress has done and this president has done, you change the Congress. Then you put it.
Too late by then.
Well, probably not. But it's there is that provides, and I'm convinced the American public like a system of checks and balances. They like to have two parties in control, not one. They like to have opposition in the Congress if the president's from one party. And we're missing that right now. And every time that happens, the midterm usually changes things. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But,
Art, it's always good talking to you. Thanks so much for
you're welcome.
Your show. I appreciate it.
Jack, always a pleasure. Thank you, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye now. And Errol in Saginaw before we take a break here. Errol, good morning.
Welk's drummer better than the Beatles drummer, sir? Is that what I heard you say this morning?
I didn't say who was better. I just said he wasn't my favorite drummer. That's all. Simple. I didn't say, and I did not say I didn't say I didn't like Ringo Starr. I like him personally.
Okay. Well,
I just didn't think he was a great drummer.
Yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to talk about the tunnel that they're going to put under the Straits of Mackinac.
Sure.
Now, Enbridge is paying for this, not the taxpayers in Michigan. And the oil and propane and natural gas they get out of there is going to feed not only in Canada, but about 4 or 5 states from here. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen them but this tunnel is going to be big enough to put pickup trucks down there. And what this machine does, as it bores the hole for the tunnel, on the other end of this machine, it makes the back end of it makes the cement for the it moves,
and it puts plates up or cement forms up to form the tunnel walls.
I've seen one of those machines in operation. It is unbelievable.
I've seen videos. I've seen some railroad tunnels that were built using it.
Yep, and it is an amazing machine. I seen one when I was working in New York, one underground. But I don't know what our governor, why she wants to shut that line down. Does she not listen to how many states it affects?
Well,
number one, I don't think she can stop it. I really do not. She might think she can.
Yeah, I think the federal government's going to have something to say about it.
Well, so does our northern neighbor.
Well,
yeah,
that's why it's going to have to go federal because of that. I
Yep.
mean, you know, she
You're
orders
right.
Enbridge to shut down and they don't. What's Canada going to do?
Nothing, probably.
Yeah, well, that's the bottom
Do
line.
you realize how many railroad cars it would take
Oh,
a
yeah.
day to haul the petroleum
Yep.
come out of that
Or
line?
trucks over the bridge
Yeah,
or what have you. Sure.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
have fun, sir. You might want to take a trip to Australia. They need a little help with their mice. Have you seen that on TV?
Yeah.
It
Well,
is unreal. 1 million of those things floating around down there.
good thing.
You
That's
know,
why
I
I'm.
don't know
No, I'm not going. All right.
I don't know where that came from. Talk to you later.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, Earl. Bye now. And that opens the line. Saginaw Bay City 752-6111, toll free in Michigan 866-790-WSGW. And we will pause, and then we'll be back with more after these notes.
Planning for retirement can get really complicated if you're not getting the right guidance and advice.
If you're stuck in that job you hate, how do you know when you can retire? Sit down with an advisor and start the income planning process. Up until this point, you've been planning for accumulation. You've been getting ready to retire. Now it's time to focus on retirement, and you need to change that focus to income planning.
For more help like that, tune in to Simply Financial with Kevin Ray, Saturday mornings at 10 on News Radio WSGW.
This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. You're going to get a $25 gift certificate for only $12.50. You can use that gift certificate for a brow tint and shaping with Courtney, shellac nails with Rebecca, or you can use it for tanning. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks open mixed. AstraZeneca shares have been slumping, even though the drug company acknowledged that a press release saying its COVID vaccine was safe and effective was based on data through February 17th, and it promises to release more complete results within the next 48 hours. Lockheed Martin and satellite company OmniSpace are developing a space-based 5G for both commercial and government use. Chipotle Mexican Grill is expanding in Canada. It will open 8 restaurants there in the next year. Chipotle currently has 23 restaurants in Canada. Amazon is lowering its stake in food delivery company Deliveroo, but will still own about 11% of the business. Deliveroo is getting ready to go public in London. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Finally, spring has arrived, and so have all new Untuckit styles. Check out our new wrinkle-free shirts that every guy needs as the weather warms up. And don't forget our famous polos, the official shirts of spring. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked and will look great as we get back to the things we've been missing, like dinner with friends, reuniting with family, going on vacations, and yes, even heading back to the office. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code RADIO for 20%. Untuckit.com.
Proper, effective, healthy bowel movements are easy to attain, and so many areas of your life get better. Go to poopfix.com. Gentle and clean. Go to poopfix.com. That's poopfix.com.
Switch to T-Mobile for Business and get up to 90 days of service free via virtual rebate on your business plan. You get a great deal, the largest 5G network, and first-class benefits like Microsoft 365 on us. It's better for business and only with T-Mobile for Business. Limited time offer. Stop in store for details. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Virtual Express MasterCard within 8 weeks of receipt of valid submission. Complete port within 60 days. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices, coverage, and plan details.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important. Just like washing your hands. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
I know we did the daylight saving time thing. Can we just call it and just leave it like it is from now on? Just leave it daylight saving time.
Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
It's time to play the WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of up to $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. The word this hour is lemon. That beautiful yellow fruit is a lemon. It's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day, must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Spring into cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. Welcome back to our open line hour here on the Art Lewis Show, and we go off to Mount Pleasant, where we talk to Mark this morning. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
We're doing all right.
Hey, I got a couple things. Like when baseball players come up to the batting plate, they have a little intro music or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of get the crowd going. Do you think Pisaki could do a song? There used to be one that Ain't No Holler Back Girl, and change the words to Ain't No Circle Back Girl. Just throwing that one out there.
I love it.
And then with FanDuel, do you think Pete Rose now stands a chance to get in the Hall of Fame?
No, I don't think it'll impact it. Because I would guess, I don't know this for sure, but I would guess the rules of baseball still prohibit team members from betting on their own teams. So I would probably think not. I think, and I've often said, I think for a long time, Pete Rose was his own worst enemy. He should have done a mea culpa way back when, and been done with it. And over time, I think, time heals all. But he didn't do that. It took him a long, long time to admit his mistakes. And baseball said, hey, that's it, So it's too bad, because the guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because of his baseball prowess. No two ways about that.
Right.
But I doubt very much if it's ever going to happen.
Everything evolved. Go ahead.
I think
I just wonder with everything evolved, gambling and everything, if he still stands a shot. But like you're saying,
I'll tell you how I think about it. If Pete Rose ever makes it into the Hall of Fame, I believe it'll be posthumously. I don't think he's gonna make it while he's alive. That's my personal opinion. But I don't see it happening. And Pat Johnson, I think, is probably sitting on the board at the radio station, and I would have to ask his thoughts on that too, because it's an interesting question. So we'll do that.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Alrighty, sir.
You bet.
Yep.
Pat, are you there?
I am. I'm sorry.
The caller suggested that with FanDuel and all of these betting options out there now, does that increase Pete Rose's chances of making into the Hall of Fame? And I said, no, not likely, because baseball hasn't changed its rules on betting on your own team. But I did say if he ever makes it into the Hall of Fame, I believe it would be posthumously.
I think if he ever makes it, he won't be alive to see it. I just don't see how it's going to be allowed. I mean, they said from the Chicago Black Sox days of 1919, any player, not just caught gambling, any player suspected of gambling on his team to either win or lose is gone for life. That's it.
Yep.
Feel bad, because Pete Rose was a heck of a player. There's no doubt. One of the greats.
Deserves to be in the Hall of Fame with that exception.
Right. Yes. But unfortunately, he
broke the rules.
He did wrong. He broke the rules.
See, I think they ought to put him in the Hall of Fame for his prowess on the field, and then put up a big display of why he's in a separate area of the Hall of Fame, isolated from all the other Hall of Famers, and explain the story.
He might like that, though, that he's separate from everybody else.
He might. He might. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I stand on Pete Rose, and I've always said if Pete Rose gets in, then Shoeless Joe Jackson better get in.
Yeah. Well, and that's right. I agree. I absolutely agree.
No.
I mean, for a sport that doesn't always stick to its principles, you can't fault them when they do. So, and they are. So I agree totally. All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Pat Johnston, our sports guru. And we thank Mark for bringing it up. Interesting comment, because I mean, sports, my goodness, every time you turn around, there is another sports book online. And it's not just sports books, because the way the law was written, as we discovered a few weeks ago, allowed for casinos. And they're everywhere. They are everywhere. I will be curious after the first year of this to see what the state's take is and how it's impacted their take from casinos. Will this, because of its prevalence and its ease of access, that is online gambling, have a negative impact on the 3 casinos in Detroit and on the native casinos throughout the state? Will they see a lessening of their money? Because I have to say, if they don't, if the casinos in Detroit continue at their regular pace before COVID-19, and places like Soaring Eagle and other casinos continue to rake it in as they do, and the sports books and other gambling online continue to rake it in, and the lottery continues to rake it in, where is all this money coming from? It's pretty, you think about it, and you have to ask yourself, how is it possible? Do we really have that much discretionary money that gets spent on gambling? And by the way, I am not faulting gambling. Don't misunderstand. I've been to a casino. I've put money in the machines. I know what it is. I'm not against gambling on any particular principle, but how much is too much before it has a really detrimental effect on society? I don't know the answer to that. Roy is in Midland. Roy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How you doing?
We're doing all right. Hope you are.
Just regarding your last statement regarding gambling, and that is, it's amazing how these casinos have just inundated society, like you were saying. And I'm guilty too. I go.
Well, it's supply and demand, I guess. None of them have gone out of business because nobody's playing. So somebody must be there putting money in them. I just had one question to ask you regarding these sports books that the casinos have and are being continually advertised. Is how come all their advertising is sports, and we have not yet seen horses being advertised as being allowed to bet at these sports books? I don't know. Are they not allowed that you know of? I don't know.
I don't know that they're not.
All right, hang on a minute. Pat, are you there?
I am.
You know about FanDuel. And let me ask you this. For example, when the Kentucky Derby is run, will you be able to bet on it on FanDuel, for example?
I have to believe that's a yes, but we'll see in about a month. But I have to think so, yeah. But they have. I'm not allowed. They don't have any way for me to bet on other horse races. I haven't seen that yet.
So you haven't seen any horse races yet?
No, not on the FanDuel.
Well, that's an interesting question.
But I do believe. I do believe that one the Kentucky Derby I believe for the Triple Crown they'll give you a chance to bet there on FanDuel and these other sports books.
We'll find out.
But we will, yeah.
All right, good enough.
Well, the only thing is there's so many racetracks across the country as there is casinos. That hasn't been mentioned at all.
Yeah, but there's so many sports teams too. I mean, so it's. I don't think it's the number of racetracks. I don't know why it's separated out. Let's put it that way. If it is separated out, I can't answer that. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting question, though.
Thank you much.
All right, Roy. Thanks. Take care. We will take a pause, and then we'll come back, talk to John and Freeland when we return. Let me ask how your sleep was last night. Today's workers are asked to do more for less, so when you go to bed, you spend a third of your hour in bed. You need quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from our friends at Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you are using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, and it's manufactured to your specifications. Your dollars are spent, and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality, good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home. You don't have to wait around all day. By the way, if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress can do something the box stores can't do. They can custom make a mattress for you to your exact size, length, width, height, you name it. Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call 753-1757. Sanitary Mattress. We'll be back.
You put your mower through a lot. All that back and forth and all those acres can add up to thousands of miles. Gravely commercial mowers are built for all-day performance, helping you get the job done season after season. And right now you can get up to 18% off suggested list price. Zero-turn mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event. Head to your local independent Gravely dealer, Wolfhouse Ace Hardware, 5818 State Street in Saginaw, where customer service still exists. But hurry, sale ends March 27th. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. With COVID continuing to spread, nothing matters more than having an accurate thermometer that's backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies, like the After getting the COVID vaccine, you should be monitoring for fever to make sure you are protected. Keep your family and yourself safe by trading up your non-contact thermometer for an accurate temporal scanner and a $5 rebate from Exergen, where accuracy matters. Details at Exergen.com.
The Bible is under attack. Last year, California's governor even banned private Bible study groups. Now, Greg Kelly Reports investigates the movement to ban the Bible. Watch Greg Kelly on Newsmax TV tonight at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern as he reveals the dangers to Christians. Find Newsmax TV on all major cable systems or get it free on Roku, YouTube, Zumo, Pluto, and smart TVs. Plus, download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Protect your Newsmax TV's Greg Kelly tonight.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, it was a lofty goal, but it has been met. President Biden's goal of administering 100 million coronavirus shots in his first 100 days.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, many of the outbreaks related to sports.
News coverage.
And you have a certain vaccine available to you, take that vaccine.
News.
Asian hate crimes.
There's no hate crime there? You gotta be kidding.
News coverage.
Governor Cuomo lost the
He's a killer? I do.
I know you are, but what am I?
On WSGW. Direct from the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we return on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. John is in Freeland. John, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Art. How you doing?
All right.
Good, good. Hey, Art, as far as that infrastructure bill that they want to pass,
yep.
What I don't get is all this money for schools. My goodness, I checked our taxes, and I think we're still paying school taxes here in the great township of Thomas Township, and probably even Saginaw County, and I'm sure every other county in the state.
Sure.
And I mean, where is this money going? They haven't been in session for even turn a thermostat down while they were closed. I mean,
yeah. Well, I think the money we spend on education, fine. If it goes to local education and that's our contributing part of it, fine. I have no idea what they're going to spend millions and millions and billions of dollars on because it doesn't specify yet. All I know is out of a $3 trillion proposed package, infrastructure only gets $1 trillion of it. Schools, family leave, all kinds of things get some money. Broadband is going to get some money, and I can see that. But I wish they'd do things cleanly. If you want to do infrastructure, do infrastructure. If you want to do family leave, fine, do family leave, but do it as a separate package. But that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works.
Art, when I was in school, I'm going to guess probably maybe around 6th grade, we were taught how to budget. And I wish these school, the higher ups in the school, the administration, back to that, learn how to do it. You don't ask for more money. You work with the money you got.
Well, in some cases, they're not asking for it. Some cases, they're getting it shoved down their throats. It's some of it's not asked for. Some of it's just given because, it's, I don't know. Where all this money is going to come from, I have not the vaguest idea. All I know is we're saddling our children and grandchildren and their grandchildren with a debt as far out as anybody can see. And it doesn't get any smaller. It keeps getting bigger. And that also provides opportunity for countries that maybe don't like us to buy some of our debt. China, for example.
Yeah.
It's estimated, I think they own 10% of our debt or something like that, at least. So, do I want to be under their thumb? Do I want them, holding us hostage because they own part of the country? No. But
it's a sad shape that these politicians have gotten us into and are continue to dig it.
Yeah. Well, I think if anybody ever proposed a balanced budget amendment to Congress, the public would absolutely support it. I'm not sure Congress would, but the public would support it. But anyway, not going to happen. So on we go.
Yeah. And hold on to your pocket.
Yeah. Well, they want to raise taxes on anyone making over $400,000 a year, and who already pay an elephant's share of the budget, and then they want to raise taxes on corporations, thinking that they're not going to hit the pocketbook of the middle American. Who are they kidding?
Right.
Corporations don't pay taxes. People do. We pay the corporations.
Yep. That all goes back to my 6th grade education when we learned a little business and budgeting and so on. And, these politicians need to go back to that, and administrators.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder, don't you?
You sure do. All right,
John.
Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye now. No, I mean, this notion that corporations pay taxes, it's false. Corporations don't have any money other than what their customers give them. And if it's business to business, their customers don't have any money other than what their customers give them. Eventually, it trickles down to us. We are the ultimate customer. So whatever we pay for a product includes whatever taxes that company has to pay. It's simple arithmetic. Nothing for nothing. So for them to say, well, we're never going to raise taxes on the middle class, But then, by the way, we're going to raise corporate taxes by 5%. It's just, it's just, I don't know. You get so used to it, you become numb to it. And I think they count on that. They count on the fact that we, the public, become numb to all of this stuff, and we don't react. We just say, heck with it. We go about our lives. And when the price of a bag of pretzels goes up a dime, oh well. So, it's a shame, but it's the way it is. It's the way it is. All right, the lines are open for you. We'll take a pause, and then we'll be back with more.
Drive green with Bader & Sons Company all year long and enjoy the ride. Run with us from now until June 1st and get an even better deal on 1 to 5 Series John Deere tractors with John Deere Rewards. Productivity and versatility are how we run. That's why the 1 through 5 Series John Deere tractors and attachments are engineered to help you till, mulch, haul, seed, sweep, plow, load, and of course, mow. Stop in today or buy online at greentractors.com.
There's no part of our bodies that put in more work than our feet. And with all that work, your feet can start to ache. But luckily, there's relief for our overworked feet. Skechers Arch Fit footwear for men and women. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides total foot and arch support for all-day comfort. They used 20 years of data and over 120,000 unweighted foot scans to create a podiatrist-certified insole that distributes support across the arch no matter what foot type you have. And with all that support comes extreme comfort. Skechers are the fit and comfort specialists, and Arch Fit shoes from Skechers provide expert comfort whether walking or just standing. They're so comfortable, they're not just for people with tired, achy feet. Everybody can enjoy just how amazing they feel. Plus, many are machine washable. So even though you'll be wearing them all day, every day, you can easily keep them looking new. So give yourself some soothing comfort and support with podiatrist-certified Skechers Arch Fit footwear. Your overworked feet will thank you. See all the styles of Arch Fit footwear for men and women at Skechers.com, the Skechers store near you, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have in contest with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Grab by scope to Goodwin run. Relay to first. Game-ending double play.
The countdown is on. 9 days until opening day. WSGW is your station for the Tigers.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. By the way, I just looked up on the computer just real quickly if horse racing was allowed to be bet online in Michigan, and apparently it is. And there are, I guess, several of the online sports books have it. But I haven't looked at any of them. I don't know for sure, but that's the answer I found online. Dan is in. Wait a minute before we go there. Robert is in Saginaw. Then we'll get to Dan. Robert, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. It's something on that corporations making taxes, money and stuff like that. Every time I talk to people who we're talking about corporations making money, corporations have to make money. If they don't make money, they go out of business.
Absolutely.
So the more taxes that are raised on them, they have to raise their prices, which makes us pay more money.
Of course.
Because those taxes have to be paid. Now, if for the people who don't understand this, they say they deserve to pay more. If you don't make money, you don't have employees because the company's going to go out of business. Why would anybody start a company just to not make money and go out of business? It's ridiculous. They got to pay bills. Everybody who's invested in it has to pay bills. People who work there have to pay bills, etc.
So
all that stuff. When you hear a company, when they report a company made billions of dollars, that's before they have to pay the employees, the electric bill, all the rent or whatever they have to pay out of that money they made.
So let me ask you a question, Robert. You understand that.
Go ahead.
You understand that. I understand that. Why don't the politicians understand that?
Oh, the politicians do understand that. But I'm telling you, they think we are stupid that we don't know. I'm telling you, I ran into people who don't understand that. When I tell them all this stuff, my answer, their reaction to me is usually they shut up. They think. You see it in their mind. It's running through their brain. They don't have anything else to say because I asked them, if you start a business, would you start it if you can't make money?
No, obviously not.
It's ridiculous.
Obviously not. But the bottom line, going back to the original bottom line premise here, is if corporations have to pay more taxes, we pay higher prices. There's no two ways about it. It's always been that way. It's always been that way.
People that, because people will say, well, the Democrats will make sure they pay. No, I tell them, we pay. You always pay it your own because you pay the higher prices.
Well,
you earn your money to have to buy their product and so on and so forth. You're just paying what the politicians want.
It's the same as government. It's the same as government because government doesn't have any money that we don't give them. Unless they crank up the printing press, in which case then inflation goes along with it.
Yeah, and that's a big statement a lot of these guys make is they say the government's money. And you have to remind these people that it's not the government's money. That's our money that they take out of our pockets that we're trying to feed our families. Take it easy.
Robert, take care. Bye-bye now. Dan in Bay City. Dan, good morning.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to get a little off subject here for a minute, but this new program you have on that replaced the Rush Limbaugh show?
Yep.
These three jokers or whatever they are, this is really a juvenile, kind of a sad replacement. I was no really big fan of Rush Limbaugh, but, I kind of respected him because he was pretty much up front. But these guys, all they do is joke and yuck. It's a terrible decision, but I guess it's your...
Well, they got a big audience, though, and that's the bottom line. I mean, it's a business decision. They have a big audience.
Well, it must be a younger...
Could be. Well, that's very possible. That's very possible.
I don't think it's... Yeah, it must be.
Yep, that's possible.
Unfortunately.
All right.
But, you're talking about these corporate taxes and stuff. Well, when they report their profits, for example, Apple, they had a profit. I'm not sure if it's exactly this amount, but it was $200 and some billion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now that's a profit. That's after you pay your employees. That's how they report their things. I mean,
yeah, but it's before, it's probably before taxes, but it is a profit.
I don't think it's before. If you've ever run a business, your profit shows up after you pay your employees, your expenses for traveling.
And then you pay taxes on your profit.
That's right.
But you have to have a profit before you pay taxes.
Well, and another thing that hurts if you have to pay too much for employees or if tariffs. Tariffs are another horrible thing that corporations don't like.
And any way you look at it, the money comes out of our pocket.
Well, either way, it does. Sure.
No other way to do it. All right.
It also comes into our pockets. Okay. Have a good one.
All right, Dan. Yeah, and it does. Corporations pay a lot of people. You're right. It comes into the pocket.
Yeah.
But the money they're paying with came out of our pockets. It's a big circle, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a circle.
All righty.
Okay,
all right. All right. So before we take the next break, Pat, you ask evidence that we pay. Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
What other way do companies make money? How else do companies make money? Tell me.
Through stock buybacks, and they just go to the stock market. I mean, there's no evidence that.
Hey, where did they get? Whoa! Stock buybacks, right?
Yeah, stock buybacks. How does that help you?
Wait.
How does that help you?
Where do they get? Where do they get the money to buy? Where do they get the money to buy the stocks back?
How does that help you? Is what I'm asking. How does the stock buyback?
Oh, it doesn't help me at all.
There you go.
But that's not the point.
That's the point.
No, it isn't the point.
Yes.
Where do they get the money for the stock buyback?
And
where you haven't answered that
from government.
No, and where does government get the money?
Government handouts.
Where do they get the money?
They just create the money.
No, they don't create money.
Yes, they do.
We pay taxes.
We have a thing called a printing press.
And what does that do to inflation if they crank it up?
What has happened with inflation as they cranked it up for the last 40 years?
Well, go back to Jimmy Carter, 20%.
What happened since Jimmy?
They haven't been cranking it up that much. They have.
Okay, Art. All right.
Good luck, Pat.
Very well. Very well. As long as you to continue to get major tax breaks. Let's see how well that works out. I'm all for it. Jeff Bezos needs more tax breaks. Jeff Bezos needs more tax breaks. Fight for Jeff
We need
Bezos.
more money out of your pocket. That's what it is. There you go.
I love you, Art.
I love you too, Pat. All right. We're going to take our last break and then come back and close out this edition of the Art Lewis Show. We'll be back.
We've all experienced it at one time or another. You know, one of those days, weeks, or months where life happens.
You mean like being unexpectedly laid off and trying to figure out how to make ends meet until I find another job?
Yes.
You mean like my emergency fund getting drained due to car repairs?
Exactly. When you need somewhere to turn to us. We're Members First Credit Union. Let us help you with a Life Happens loan. We're offering super low rates and a variety of terms. Get some peace of mind and money to use for all sorts of things. Emergency home repairs, everyday essentials, bills, utilities, and more.
That would be a life changer for you right now.
I was worried about getting my roof leak fixed. Wow, that's huge.
Get started and apply now at mfcu.net. Members First Credit Union. When life happens, it's important to have somewhere to turn. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. Subject to credit approval. Get up to 0.5 percentage point APR off your loan rate based on your relationship with the credit union.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hoppy, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's not every day you find someone who describes himself as a true life action hero.
I've done a lot in my life. I've done all these crazy things because of the fact that I didn't limit myself and I knew that I could do whatever I wanted to do. I am an action hero.
Don't miss the inspiring, uplifting, positive, encouraging true life story of John Davis, action hero on The Big Impact. Sunday night at 9 on WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for today. We thank you for joining us here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW. Coming up on Focus, we should be focusing on the SVRC Marketplace in downtown Saginaw. Talk to Rachel Trumbull. That will be after the news here on WSGW. Hope you enjoy this beautiful Tuesday. Temperature is going to be up there in the upper 60s again, may even touch that 70 mark. Who knows? Meantime, CBS News coming up at the top of the hour. Ann Williams with the local report will bring you up to date on everything happening in the Great Lakes Bay region and in the state of Michigan. And then I'll be back with Focus. That'll be next here on WSGW. We'll talk to you right after the news.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Facet Wealth.
I'm Steve Kaif, and Colorado Governor Jared Polis expressing sorrow after the mass shooting in Boulder that left 10 people dead.
My heart aches today, and I think all of ours does, as Coloradans, as Americans.
The scene was a supermarket, and among those killed, a city police officer who was a father of 7. And this morning, authorities are speaking for the first time about the suspect.
This suspect has been identified as
21 of Arvada. He has been charged with 10 counts of murder in the first degree and will be shortly transported to Boulder County Jail.
Police Chief Maris Harold.
We are going to do everything in our power to make sure this suspect has a thorough trial and we'll do a thorough investigation.
The shooting in Colorado marked today in the U.S. Senate. Illinois Democrat Dick Durbin.
I could ask for a moment of silence for the mass shooting in Boulder last night, for the shooting in Atlanta 6 days ago, for the 29 mass shootings that occurred this month. But in addition to a moment of silence, I would like to ask for a moment of action.
AstraZeneca says it should have updated data results by the end of the week on the efficacy of its vaccine. U.S. health officials say outdated information was used to calculate the result that came out this week. CBS's Dr. David Agus says it all comes as the vaccine maker hopes it'll be the fourth one available in the U.S. soon.
This certainly brings, question into what's going on here. And, when I look at this, this is the dominant vaccine in the world, and we just questioned the data around it.
From the foreign desk, CBS's Vicky Barker in London tells us about a surge in virus cases in parts of Europe.
The situation is very serious, says German Chancellor Angela Merkel, announcing a tough new lockdown over Easter. And France and Poland have reintroduced partial lockdowns as their infection rates take on.
The Biden administration's coming up with a $3 trillion infrastructure bill that would include money for roads and hospitals and green energy systems. CBS Democrats have indicated a willingness to go it alone to get it passed if need be.
If Democrats try to pay for these infrastructure initiatives with higher taxes on wealthy Americans or corporations, then it's going to be very difficult to pick up any Republican support.
The government says new home sales plunged more than 18% last month as low inventory and bad weather chilled the market. Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 91 points. NASDAQ is down 13. The S&P 500 down 3 points. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimums. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
Who will help you get there? You spent years working, taking care of your kids, saving money, and now you're nearing retirement. Now it's your turn. You get to decide where to go next. Will your retirement include travel? Do you have a guide to help you get there? Jason and Carl Kreiderman and their team at Great Lakes Investment Advisors have helped hundreds of families create their retirement roadmap. Don't let financial limitations take you off course. Jason and Carl want you to have the retirement you've worked so hard for. They can help you create a retirement roadmap that's tailored to your lifestyle. And call Jason and Carl Kreiderman and the team at Great Lakes Investment Advisors today at 989-848-1188 and schedule a visit. 989-848-1188. That's 989-848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune in to Jason and Carl Kreiderman's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Investment advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors Incorporated, a registered investment advisor with the state of Michigan.
If you're not having regular, healthy bowel movements, you feel just plain yucky, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You know when things aren't right. Well, proper, effective, healthy elimination, and it doesn't involve laxatives, fiber, probiotics, diarrhea, nor constipation. The fact is, when you have better bowel movements, so many areas of your life get better immediately. So where to begin? Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. Then try Viscera 3, otherwise known as Poop Fix. Within a few days, going to the bathroom becomes a pleasure.
I'm Dr. Rick. Poop Fix works because of its revolutionary ingredients. It's the way your lower colon should work. It means a gentle, clean, and easy poop first thing in the morning, and it's the easiest way to slim your waist fast by reducing bloating.
With Poop Fix, you'll see in 7 days. Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. That's poopfix.com.
It's 36 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Ann Williams. The Saginaw County Veterans Memorial Plaza Board of Directors has announced plans to build the 6th and final pod honoring veterans at Veterans Plaza. Located at Hoyt Park, the plaza houses the monuments from World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and the neutral flag pod, a design for the 6th pod dedicated to Middle East Was created by William A. Kibbe and Associates, and Spence Brothers is overseeing the project. The new memorial will also honor those who've suffered the physical and hidden wounds of war, as well as the sacrifices made by veterans' families. Fundraising for the new pod is underway. The total cost is estimated at $120,000. If you would like to donate, call the Saginaw County Veterans Memorial Plaza office. You can also donate by mail. A statewide tornado drill takes place tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The drill is part of Severe Weather Awareness Week, which helps residents understand the weather and how to remain safe during those events. State officials are asking people this year to not shelter in place in large groups during the drill due to the necessity of social distancing, but to instead go over emergency plans and update them if necessary. People may hear sirens or alarms in their communities tomorrow at 1 o'clock, plus alerts on radio, television, and NOAA weather radios. After years of serving the city of Saginaw, Mayor Brenda Moore has earned the Michigan Municipal League's Jim Sinclair Exceptional Service Award. Since being elected in 2013, Mayor Moore has worked with the MML on promoting and advocating for the city of Saginaw, going on to be elected to the League's Board of Trustees and making history as its first female African-American president. Her colleagues in Saginaw, including City Manager Tim Morales, praised her at this week's City Council session. The peer-nominated award celebrates someone who tirelessly promotes local government and continued training for elected officials. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly only $29.98. You can adjust MyPillow's patented fill so you have the exact support you need regardless of your sleep position. It comes with a 10-year warranty. It's washable and dryable so it stays healthy, and it's 100% made in the USA. I'm also going to give you deep discounts on all my MyPillow products, including my Giza Dream bed sheets, my mattress toppers, bath towels, and so much more. That's $29.98 for a queen-size premium MyPillow, the lowest price ever, and deep discounts on all my MyPillow products.
Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listeners code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special, or call 800-635-1825 and use promo code SKY.
WSGW News Time is 11:08. A wildfire is burning in the Manistee National Forest in northern Michigan. The 600-acre wildfire is reportedly 80% contained. Michigan DNR fire prevention specialist Paul Rogers says they've helped handle about 30 wildfires over the weekend and more yesterday.
Basically, right now, the best thing is just not to burn. We have not been issuing any permits in the northern. Many counties have stopped issuing permits in the southern lower peninsula where they're issued locally. There's really no reason to burn right now, and people should not be.
Rogers says the dry weather and wind have been contributing to the fires, but rain is expected yet this week. It's another expansion for Cherry Capital Airport. The airport is adding a nonstop flight to Boston to their summer schedule. The Delta flight to Boston will be on Saturdays only and will be available starting May 29th. Cherry Capital is also offering 17 other nonstop flights for this year's summer schedule. That includes New York, Charlotte. Booking flights for their summer schedule is available now. The Department of Natural Resources says prescribed burns on Michigan's grasslands and at the edges of forests will again be conducted this spring and summer to improve wildlife habitat and get rid of invasive plant species that can crowd out native plants. They also reduce the amount of debris on the ground that could provide fuel for large wildfires. DNR firefighters conducted prescribed burns on more than 8,800 acres in 2019. When you see news happening, call the WSGW Newsroom, 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm in.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see mostly cloudy skies here for today with a high into the lower 70s. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tonight, a chance for some rain showers here late. Mostly cloudy, a low around 50. By Wednesday, a chance for rain showers here late. Partial sunshine develops, high 71 degrees. Then by Thursday, a chance for rain showers here late. Mostly cloudy, high around 58. Friday, a chance for rain showers, cloudy, high 45. Then by Saturday, mostly sunny sky conditions, a high of 53. I'm meteorologist Jennifer. SGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 55.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is brought to you by Northeastern Paint Home Decorating Centers in Saginaw and Bay City. For all your home decorating needs, trust Northeastern Paint Supply. Service 59.
And a good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. Today we focus on the SVRC Downtown Marketplace in downtown Saginaw. And to bring us up to date, we welcome back the manager of the facility. We say good morning to Rachel Trumbull. Rachel, good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us again. So I ask this every time we do this. What's new at the marketplace?
Well, we have really great, exciting news. We have almost a full marketplace.
Wow.
Thankful and very, very proud to say yes. So we have a lot of great new businesses that have joined us just easily within the past month. And so I'm super proud to announce some of them and talk a little bit about them. And I'm just really proud and thankful that we are filling up and we have the community coming in and embracing us again. And so it feels like well before COVID hit, it feels like good times like we used to have. So very thankful.
Rachel, I want to get to those businesses, but I have to ask this under the current COVID-19 constraints. Do you have a capacity issue?
Open first floor, so we don't have to necessarily worry about capacity issues there. But we do, obviously, in our event spaces, we do have capacity restrictions there, and that's 50% capacity, but we're still able to offer our venues. So we have our press room and our ballroom, and we're still able to offer those spaces, which has always been, it's been great to offer those as well. We've had a lot of great feedback. I get calls daily about those open spaces. So that's the only restriction we have. But again, we're offering that to the public, and it's been a good success so far.
All right, so let's talk about some of the new businesses. Where do you begin?
Oh my they're so great. Tia Soul has joined us. Amazing homemade soul food. And they have joined us for they're going on their third month. They're going to be opening up their own brick and mortar, but they are talking about possibly joining us forever. So I love that. So we're very excited. This is not, they smoke and grill right outside underneath our pavilion. The smell is amazing. Their vibe, their presentation, it's so delicious. So they do things like ribs and catfish and you name it, they do it. We have Chris Made It. She does these phenomenal cups, and she's going to be a new business place. She's joined us for pop-ups, but she's actually going to be making the cups inside of her space, which I know that I personally love to see when people are creating things. So that will be a unique experience. We have Craven Cookies, who is owned by Delicious Sweets. Sarah Warren, she's a smart cookie. She's done a phenomenal job, and you can get fresh cookies in 20 minutes or less. So she has some that you can purchase, or if you want them hot and fresh, then she can provide those for you in 20 minutes or less.
So let me understand this. The smart cookie makes the cookies?
Yes. Yep.
Very good.
Makes the cookies. I love it. Yes.
Very good.
I love it. We have Asia's Wigs and Apparel. She's done a phenomenal job. Her space is very unique, and she's done an amazing job, and her energy is just so needed in the marketplace. We have Mini Donut Factory that's going to be joining us, so obviously donuts, and also she's going to be serving coffee, so that's going to be, coffee and donuts. You can't beat that. We have Busy Print that's going to be coming in. She prints anything you need, shirts, plaques. Anything you want, she can do it. So that's exciting. We have, last but not least, we have a bakery and pastry place coming in. I'm not going to say any names quite yet, she wants to keep it kind of under wraps, but we're very excited. She's going to be offering bread, pastries, and all of those goodies too. So lots of great things happening. Super exciting.
Exciting times at the marketplace. Hang on, we'll come back. We'll talk about some of the food vendors. We are talking to Rachel Trumbull. She is the market manager for the SVRC Downtown Saginaw Marketplace. We will take a break and come back with more. Let's play our WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. And the winning word today is joke. If you win $1,000, that's no joke. Joke. It's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day. Must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Spring into cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. And we'll be back after these notes.
Northeastern Paint Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint Home Decoration Center.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be founded part of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Hey, James, that order just doubled. We got to move fast here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Somebody pick up that phone.
Like at Luca's Gourmet Frozen Pizza Company. To operate at scale, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Play Michigan Lottery online, the one place you'll find exclusive instant win games like Queen of Diamonds, plus Powerball and Mega Millions. Sign up today with promo code RADIO at MichiganLottery.com.
The whole way Fauci starts.
Jake, you're asking the right questions.
I don't need you to tell me I'm asking the right questions, because
that's one of those grease the wheel responses. Yeah. Whenever you hear somebody with the government say you're asking the right questions, you know you're asking the wrong.
All the time. Good question. I'm not going to answer it, but good question. So when we set out our press release that had sample questions, you wrote and read right off the list. Good question.
Mark Lee, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on WSGW. On air and online from the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. It's a focus program talking to Rachel Trumbull, market manager at the SVRC Downtown Marketplace. Before we talk about all the food vendors, let's talk about hours. When are you open?
Open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that is something that we trialed last year. That was new, and we definitely are going to keep those hours. The community has embraced those hours, and we are going to keep those. And then, of course, our downtown Saginaw Farmers Market will be joining us in May, and their hours will be a little bit different. They're going to be open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure to check out their Facebook page as they update their hours. The hours are going to change just a little bit, but it will be great to have them back as well.
But you will not be open on Mondays, even if the farmers market's open. Is that right?
Correct.
Right now,
Yeah,
you're
we won't
staying
be
with
open.
Wednesday to Saturday is the format right now.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
It
So
seems to be working well.
let's run through the list of food vendors because that's the heart and soul for me.
Yes, I know. We have so many great. Whenever somebody asks me, what do you love the most about the marketplace? I love the fact that we offer such ethnic cuisines right here on Riverfront Saginaw. We have Falafel Hut, who offers Mediterranean type foods, and we have Saigon Seal, who offers Vietnamese, and we have El Farolito, who offers Mexican food. So many different American favorites, Making Bacon. Divine Taste of Chicago offers, a taste of Chicago, a Chicago hot dog. If you haven't tried it, it's a must. And we have delicious sweets. If you want to have a sweet tooth, we have Gourmet Apple Cart, who is just so creative. She now serves slushies, which is going to be great for the summertime. We have Delicious Sweets, who serves beautiful cakes, cupcakes, her cheesecake, popcorn now, and she also serves ice cream, which again will be a great treat for the summer. We have Happy Little Treats. He does macarons, and his flavors that he comes up creative. His presentation and the colors on those are just so beautiful. He's done a fabulous job with that as well. We have Honey's Tasty Potatoes. She not only does those big stuffed beautiful potatoes, but she does gumbo on certain days, and she also does tamales and tacos.
She's been there since the beginning, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. I'm very proud to say that we've had several businesses that have stuck with us from the beginning. We're coming up on year 3 in June. Of course, last year, as everyone, we took, it was hard and it was difficult, but I'm very proud to say that most of these businesses have really, really pushed. They struggle just like everybody else, but they've made it on the outside. So I'm very proud of the businesses that we have inside that have made it through.
Now let's talk about space. I mean, do you have openings if somebody wants to start a business?
I always tell people I may not have an opening that day, but things happen and things can change. And so I always welcome anyone to contact me so I can make that connection for them and put them on a waiting list. I'm proud to say that we have a waiting list. I mean, that's exciting. So, but of course, it depends on the type of business that you have. And I can always make that connection even if they have a business. And of course, that's what I'm here to do. And that's what SVRC is here to provide those individuals with that growth. So I can definitely help them in that direction as well.
Somebody comes to you with a business idea, but not a business plan, a business idea. Do you have avenues to point them to for business planning, for funding, for all of that?
Absolutely. Saginaw has such great organizations. They have SBDC and SEDC, and both of those are small business consultants, free at no cost. You sit down with a small business consultant, and they literally do Z on how to start a business. And then, of course, the SEDC program is the economic portion of it. So they can help with the finance portion of it. And they offer loans anywhere between $5,000 to $50,000. Of course, if you're starting a food business, equipment costs and all of that becomes adds up very quickly. And they are able to help with that. So I'm able to give them that connection. And also, with the health department, I have all these connections sit down with me and I can help you start that small business.
So how does somebody contact you, Rachel?
They can reach me, pretty much my number's plastered everywhere, but they can reach 770-0233, or they can email me at rtrumbull@svrcindustries.com. They can find my information on Facebook, on our website. I'm pretty much blasted everywhere.
And your website is?
It's svrcindustries.com/marketplace.
Very
And you
good.
can go to the svrcindustries.com and just click on the marketplace.
All right. Well, Rachel, always glad to talk to you and hear how well the marketplace is doing. We'll chat with
Thank
you
you.
again down the road. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And if I might add really quick,
Yep.
we have a Spring Makers Market on April 24th. I have right now over 40 small businesses that's going to be on our second floor on top of our 30 plus that's on our first floor.
Wow.
So yes, I'm super excited. And then we have another exciting area that's going to be joining us in our press room. So April 24th, if you mark your calendars, I promise you it's going to be an amazing show.
Very good.
Okay? So please come support small business.
All right. Excellent, Rachel. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Art. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Rachel Trumbull at the SVRC Downtown Marketplace. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
I'm elder law attorney Carol Thomas. Our Saginaw seminars are coming up, and they're going to be on Wednesday, March 24th at the Horizons Conference Center. I have seminars at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, and they always fill to capacity. These have been very difficult times for everyone, but I'm finding that more than ever, people want to come to my seminars. So unfortunately, we have to have less attendance because we honor social distancing. But the people that have come to my seminars since this all began are very grateful to hear the information. If you don't know what you don't know, there's a chance you could lose everything if you or a loved one need nursing home care. At the seminar, we talk about wills and trusts and how it all fits together. If you've ever wondered about, should I go to one of Carol's seminars, I would say I highly recommend it. I have sessions at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. They're in Saginaw at the Horizons Conference Center. The seminars that we've had since this began have filled up to capacity. So if you are interested, please call my office at 793-2300.
I am so ready to go back to work.
I just need a chance.
So where do I start?
MidMichiganWork.com. Moorbark is now hiring welders, machine operators, and other skilled positions. No training? No problem. Apply for Moorbark's welder training program and earn while you learn. For more details on this position, other local companies that are hiring, and how to apply, go to MidMichiganWork.com. That's MidMichiganWork.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Switch to T-Mobile for Business and get up to 90 days of service free via virtual rebate on your business plan. You get a great deal, the largest 5G network, and first-class benefits like Microsoft 365 on us. It's better for T-Mobile for Business. Limited time offer. Stop in store for details. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Virtual Express MasterCard within 8 weeks of receipt of valid submission. Complete port within 60 days. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices, coverage, and plan details.
The Focus Show on WSGW, brought to you by Northeastern Paint Supply in Saginaw and Bay City. For all your home decorating needs, trust Northeastern Paint Supply, serving you since 1959.
That'll do it for this edition of Focus. Glad to be with you. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Stick around now for the Farm Show with Farm Director Terry Henney. It's all ahead on WSGW.
Jim Wilson, are customers surprised to find such a big selection of used vehicles here at Midland Ford Lincoln?
I've had many people tell me this is the best selection of used cars and trucks they've seen in Michigan, not just in quality of our vehicles.
You seem to have the cars and trucks everyone is looking for. Hard to find models you'd expect to find only in classified ads by private parties.
Our volume sales means customers always have a bigger selection of better quality cars. Our minimum pricing policy means Midland Ford customers always pay less.
But better doesn't mean more expensive. You have cars and trucks in every price and payment range, even for the tightest budgets.
From inexpensive basic transportation to late model luxury and a great selection of trucks, we have what you're looking for. We currently have more tough Ford trucks and used Escapes and Explorers than we've ever had in our history.
America's falling in love with Ford, and you have a personal invitation to find out why today at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
We've all experienced it at one time or another. You know, one of those days, weeks, or months where life happens.
You mean like being unexpectedly laid off and trying to figure out how to make ends meet until I find another job?
Yes.
You mean like my pains due to car repairs?
Exactly. When you need somewhere to turn to us. We're Members First Credit Union. Let us help you with a Life Happens loan. We're offering super low rates and a variety of terms. Get some peace of mind and money to use for all sorts of things. Emergency home repairs, everyday essentials, bills, utilities, and more.
That would be a life changer for me right now. Thanks.
I was worried about getting my roof leak fixed. Wow, that's huge.
Get started and apply now at mfcu.net. Members First Credit Union. When life happens, it's important to have somewhere to turn. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. Subject to credit approval. Get up to 0.5 percentage point APR off your loan rate based on your relationship with the credit union.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. You're going to get a $25 gift certificate for only $12.50. You can use a brow tint and shaping with Courtney, shellac nails with Rebecca, or you can use it for tanning. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henney and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. There's clouds out there, but it's still pretty mild for this time of the year. We're once again working on a Mother's Day high and low temperature. These highs and lows, quite a bit above average. And as I indicated to you, right around the 10th of May is when these temperatures are normal for this time of the year. But hey, we'll take it. Things are going to cool down just a little bit, but not before we approach the 70-degree mark once again. I think we'll come up a little short, maybe 68. We're currently at 56 at the airport. It is 60 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 55. Downtown Bay City is at 55 as well. We've got a southeast breeze at 5, 30.07, and steady is the barometric pressure. And once again, we have Arizona humidity. We're looking at about 37%. That is quite dry for us here in Michigan. And again, the soils continue to be quite dry as well. Over the next couple of days, we're going to try to work some precipitation into your backyard. Right now, it appears as though the best chance of any precipitation will be late tonight after midnight. There is a low pressure system over Iowa. It's going to work its way through Wisconsin over the next 24 to 36 hours. So we're on the warm side of it. Not so much, though, the wet side of it. For some reason, we're seeing some moisture develop with it, but we're not seeing the amount of precipitation that could result from this movement, probably because there is a rather steady subtropical jet stream that is deflecting a lot of the moisture as it comes off of the Gulf and heads to the north. It's being deflected off to the east. So we're not getting the full effect of that pipeline of moisture heading up from the Gulf right up into the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio River Basin, and then eventually up into the Great Lakes area. So cloudy skies, we might even see a little bit of sun this afternoon. And if we do, that's what's going to cause that temperature to really spike up. But tonight, the clouds will be kicking in, spotty showers around. The best chance, I think, of any precipitation is going to be after midnight, a low of 52. Sun will set this evening at 7:53, rise tomorrow morning at 7:32. And during the day tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, spotty shower activity. That low pressure system over Wisconsin is going to move into the Upper Peninsula, and it's going to steadily progress. It's not going to slow down. It's not going to speed up. It's just going to be a steady mover. 70 degrees. So we'll actually be a little bit warmer tomorrow than what we will be today, but not by much. 70 for a high. Then tomorrow night, we'll drop down to about 48. 52 is what we're going to drop down to tonight. Then during the day on Thursday, we'll have clouds, a glimpse of sun, and then another system is going to be affecting our weather. Showers real late on Thursday night and then into the morning hours on Friday. So in both cases, there's going to be moisture. There is going to be the chance of seeing precipitation. I think the best chance of seeing measurable amount of precipitation will be Thursday night into the morning hours on Friday. And only because it's an upper air disturbance that's well up in Canada. That low pressure system is going to settle over the Toronto, Canada area by Thursday night and Friday morning. With that counterclockwise circulation, that is going to pull some colder air down over us. And it is going to mix with some warmer air coming from the south. So there will be a much better chance of seeing some shower activity. But our high temperature on Friday, as this moves out, is going to be 42. Thursday night, we'll drop down to about 38. And then on Friday night, drop down to 30. But then moving into the weekend, we'll be in the low 50s on Saturday and Sunday, probably right around 50 for a high on Monday. Partly cloudy skies, although there will be a chance of seeing, once again, a little precipitation move in later in the day on Saturday, I think Saturday night, and moving out by Sunday morning. Needless to say, all the way through the 5th of April, the precipitation pattern is going to be average at best, actually trending slightly below average. Temperature-wise, average, maybe a little bit above. 45 is what the average is for a high, 28 for a low. Record high in the state, 72, set back in 1945. The record low, 4, set in 1916. And a year ago, we had almost 2 inches of snow. 42 was our high, 30 was our low. And incidentally, the snow season ended with that snowfall a year ago. Today, we had 34.3 inches of snow. This year, we're at 32.3. Not a real good chance of seeing much more in the way of measurable amount of snow around these parts. So that is a look at the weather for right now. We'll be talking about it as we go through the broadcast. We've got some markets ready to go. Rick Hollister will be joining us from the Andersons. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil. They want you to take your diesel to another level. You do get more power, cleaner injectors, faster cold starts, maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum. Available at Foster Blue Water Oil. Just contact your Foster representative or go online, fosterbluewateroil.com. We say good morning to Rick Hollister. Rick, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Terry. Doing well, thanks.
And the markets, what's going on? I'll tell you, you never know what's going to happen from one hour to the next here.
We are sure choppy, aren't we?
Yeah.
Soybean oil kind of led the rally today. Getting more chatter from President Biden's green energy conversation, use vegetable oils to produce energy. That's a long-term thing, but vegetable oils have been tighter in supply here for the last 9 months than certainly what they were for the previous 2 or 3 years. So good weather in South America, though, drying out in Brazil and getting some rain down in Argentina, both beneficial to crop production and harvest down there. So not a lot of news there to help us. And you look around the commodities segment, Terry, crude oil's off its highs, cotton off its highs, sugar, gold, silver, all well off their February and March highs. So that has affected us like yesterday when there wasn't much other news, forced to trade our grains lower. But a little bit of a time, and the markets just seem to rally right back to the highs that we've traded here for the last 3 weeks. So probably expect this choppy trade to last until we get to next week's big report from the USDA, planting intentions and stocks reports. There'll be a lot of numbers to try and digest there next Wednesday.
Those are going to be big.
Yes, sir.
So what do we got on the board right now in Hemlock?
At the moment in Hemlock, old crop corn's at 529.5, new crop at 422, old crop soybeans at 1406, new crop beans at 1173, old crop red wheat 613, new crop is 587, old crop white wheat 625, and the new crop white wheat for July or August delivery at 597.
Rick Hollister, thank you very much. Talk
welcome.
to you again soon, okay?
All right, sir.
You betcha. A little bit more in depth. Let's go over to Oppenheimer with Doug Klein. The market report brought to you by Michigan's John Deere dealership. That's Bader & Sons Company. Hey, if you're a farmer, construction, or landscape company and you're working in tight spaces, maybe you should be taking a look at the John Deere compact construction equipment. It's designed skid steers, track and wheel loaders, and compact excavators, as I said, for working in those tight spaces. Now, you want a demonstration? Simple. Just go to the Linwood location in beautiful downtown Crump or visit greentractors.com to try out one of those tough, compact pieces of equipment that's designed for the small spaces. Market report also brought to you by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese. They purchase local soybeans, process local beans, and market local, the Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. So call them for a quote today. Hi, Doug. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
We're making it. How about you?
I'm doing good.
All right. Can we say the same about Chicago?
The dollar's creeping up.
Okay.
That's concerning. It's 92.22 right now. That's a play on the interest rates rising. So remember I mentioned that $1.2 quadrillion. You know, they're always seeking a little better interest rate, and if they're coming here, they got to buy dollars to do it, and that drives the dollar higher, and that makes a mess of everything. So we'll see. the moving average is right about where it's at. So if it breaks out, it could go a lot higher and it could do a lot of damage. So hopefully not, but for now, here's your numbers. The May corn is $5.54, up a nickel. The December corn, $4.71 3/4, up 3 3/4. The May soybeans, $14.29 3/4, up 12 1/4. November soybeans, $12.29, up 13. The May wheat is $6.43 up 16 1/4, and December wheat $6.36, up 10 1/2. Crude oil, it's getting a little bit of a setback, $58.88, down $2.61. Heating oil, $177.84, down 5 1/2 cents. Gasoline is $191.30, down 4.7 cents, and natural gas $258.40, that's down 3 1/2 cents. Canadian dollar, the U.S. dollar gets you $25.61 at the border. That's up 41 ticks. The yen is at 108.69, down 14 ticks. The euro, 118.64, down 67 ticks. And the dollar's at 92.21.5. That's up 47.5 ticks. And gold is at 1725.70, down 12.40 an ounce. Silver's at 25.21, down 53 cents. And platinum's at 11.73.80, down $10.20.
Okay. Again, wholesale gas, where is that at?
Yeah, $1.91, so 256-ish. I
All right.
they got some wiggle room.
Yep. Yeah, they do.
But your points expire in a few days, so.
Well, and my guess is the Hershey candy bar special is off here by this weekend,
Yeah, I
right?
think so it is.
Yeah. Well, better hurry on over there. Doug, thank you.
Okay.
We'll talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Along with me right now, I've got Chuck Lipstrew with the Michigan Agribusiness Association. And Chuck, this week is a very special week for agriculture all across the country, and in particular here in Michigan. Tell us a little bit about Ag Week and some of the activities going on here in the state.
Yeah, it's National Ag Week, Terry, where we celebrate the ag industry and everybody involved in it. And then we have National Ag Day. Anybody who spends any amount of time on social media has probably seen some of those posts throughout the day-to-day. And at the Agribusiness Association, we are not just thankful for farmers here in Michigan, one of the most diverse ag states in the nation. We are proud of businesses that support them and work with them and help them get the job done. So this is certainly it's a time to, show our appreciation for anybody in agriculture and also be thankful for the opportunity to work in an outstanding industry.
Well, you talk about diversity. The last time I looked, there were a lot more crops grown here in the state than I could fathom. We're talking dozens of different crops. Tell us a little bit about the diversity of agriculture here in the state.
Well, it's very simple. We're the second most diverse agricultural state behind the state of California. The Central Valley delivers enough diversity to our California friends that they beat us out just barely. But Michigan's fruit and vegetable production, our livestock sector, along with commodity production, not to mention dry beans and sugar beets up in your neck of the woods, we are a very diverse agricultural state. And our association doesn't get as involved with things like forestry, but they're a really important part of the equation as well. What that does, one of the benefits of many is that it provides a little bit more stability and predictability for our agriculture sector. It's one of the reasons we're a leader in terms of driving the Michigan economy. Agriculture is either the top or near the top economic driver, especially in rural areas in our state. So this week is just an opportunity to take a step back, especially as people get ready to head out in the field, and be thankful for the opportunity to be in agriculture, but also highlight the benefits of agriculture for everyone in our state.
Now, you're going to be in Lansing tomorrow at the Capitol?
Yes. Yeah, so tomorrow is Ag Day at the Michigan Capitol, led by the Michigan Farm Bureau and our commodity organization partners. But one of the special things that is happening tomorrow, because it's not a normal time. Things are still a little quieter in Lansing in terms of in-person visits, but our House Agriculture Committee, chaired by Representative Julie Alexander, is hosting a special hearing, an opportunity to hear from the Farm Bureau and from our organization and from Greenstone Farm Credit Services, just about all the different facets of Michigan agriculture. And you can take a look at any of our social media feeds. Will have some information on that hearing, which is at 10:30 tomorrow, but we'll share the video afterward, and I'm sure our partners will as well. But we just appreciate the opportunity that Representative Alexander is providing in the House Agriculture Committee to highlight Michigan agriculture, including for those who might not think about agriculture every day. And so it's an opportunity to be sure that we have a chance to get to Lansing and speak with some of our elected representatives, both in and outside of agriculture, about the importance of our industry.
Chuck Lipstrew, thank you very much for sharing. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll talk to you again next week. All righty?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Chuck Lipstrew with the Michigan Agribusiness Association. We'll be right back.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Along with me, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Have you run out of jobs to do yet, Jerry?
Oh my gosh, no, Terry. It's up and running. We're running like a sprint, but in reality, it's a marathon.
So anything particular we should be really taking care of right now?
Terry, again, we don't recommend, I just want to reiterate, we don't really recommend thatching or power raking your lawn. But if for whatever reason you have to, please get to it. The grass is just showing hints and wanting to start turning green. The worst thing you can do is they're going to wake up, they're going to spend their reserves and their energy and their roots. They're going to get up and they're going to get growing. And then you're going to beat the daylights out of them with that machine. Then they got to find more energy to do that again. So once the grass turns green, if you have to power rake your lawn, don't. Get there soon. Get there now. Get it done while it's still all dormant. And then when it pushes its growth out, it's not going to have to re-push again after you beat it up.
All righty. Jerry, you take care. Have a good day, okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Along with me, Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. Eric, I've got to go to you right away because, I don't know, these laws keep changing all the time. My first question is, you got your software in, so now you can continue to work on the taxes?
Well, mostly. We're still waiting on the IRS to resolve the unemployment issue, having that not being taxable. That's still not resolved, but otherwise we're rolling.
So anything in particular that we should be aware of right now?
Yeah, the IRS did decide after some pressure to extend the deadline. So this is just for 1040s, so just your personal income taxes. Typically, April 15th would be the due date. It is now May 17th. So you get an extra month to file your return. And that also applies to any taxes that would be due with that return. Something to note, though, is it does not extend the time if you are paying quarterly. You have to pay estimated income taxes quarterly during the year. That is still due April 15th. So if you typically owe or pay quarterly estimates during the year, you probably still should get your taxes prepared at least to the point where you know what you need to pay by April 15th. That has not changed yet. We'll see if the IRS does anything with that, but so far it has not. It also has not changed the deadline for any other returns that are typically due April 15th. So that would include any C corporations that are December year end, trusts, gift tax returns, FBAR reporting if you have foreign bank accounts. So there's still a lot of returns that still have that April 15th due date as well. So only 1040s and the tax due on that return.
All right. That's good to know. Eric, I really appreciate it. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too.
All righty. Eric Swatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting.
Hi, I'm Steve Cook from the Cook GM Superstore Ambassador, and I've got good news, better news, and the best news. The good news is that despite record low inventories across the country, we still have Equinoxes, Blazers, and Traverses in stock. Better news is that we've got lots of Equinox, Blazers, and Traverses arriving all month. And the best news is that we've got great offers on everything. Check these out. You can keep your cash, that's right, 0 down, and lease a Traverse starting as low as $272 a month. Keep your cash and lease a Blazer for just $226. Would you believe Equinoxes with 0 down are now only $198 a month? So don't hesitate. Get out today while you still have a choice. That's Cook Chevrolet Buick, M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador.
Payments based on 36-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $644 on Equinox, $749 on Blazer, $845 on Traverse due at signing. Call toll-free or visit us online at cookchevybuick.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Let's take a look at the money in your pocketbook. Maybe we can make it grow just a little bit. I hope. Steve Anderson from Baird & Company joining me right now. Steve, what are they doing to us in New York today?
Well, right now we've got a slight downward bias. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down just about 40 points, putting it at 32,691, and that's on volume of 353 million shares. The NASDAQ's off 31, putting it at 13,346. Volume there's 482 million shares. The S&P, that's up a little bit, though, just for a giggle. We've got local stocks. We have Caterpillar, 221.72, down 430. Deere, 362.93, up or down 866. CMS, 59.93, up 143. Dow is 62.03, up down 148. Keep wanting to say up. DuPont, 76.26. Is down 130. Corteva 46.33, down 97. GM 57.05, down 105. Trinzio is 64.53, down 277. Walmart 133.36, ahead by 99. Home Depot is up by 350, putting it at 292.44. Huntington Bank 15.45, down 28. TCF 45.92, down 80, and AT&T is ahead by 16 cents, putting it at 30.15.
Stephen, thank you very much. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
I shall. You do the same.
I will. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors. That's what it's all about. SteinerTractor.com or give them a call at 800-234-3280. Back at 12:30 with an update. But now we join radio stations all across the country by playing our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.